Shazam stars Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, who after being taken by the... I did it again, didn't I? Hang on, I can fix this one quick. Shazam! That is so much better. Billy Batson is your normal, everyday juvenile delinquent who was chosen by Jaima Nunsu in a fake beard to become the super powerful Shazam, played by Zachary Levi. So after some messing with the powers a bit by Billy, acting like a kid would with superpowers, generic evil man Mark Strong comes along and tries to take the powers from Billy. So we have our movie, which is part Superman, part Big, and part Deadpool. Fortunately, it's the best part of those movies with a style and energy all its own, which adds up to probably the best DC Extended Universe movie. The performances are all fantastic, especially Zachary Levi and Asher Angel as the young Billy Batson. You never doubt that these two are the same character, just in vastly different bodies. Whenever there's a superhero origin movie like Spider-Man or Superman, you usually get a few scenes of them testing out their powers, maybe even misusing them a little bit before going all responsible. The movie is basically just that, through the eyes of a teenage kid getting these superpowers. The absolute best scenes in this movie are Billy trying to test what powers he has and which ones he doesn't, like trying to deduce if he has laser eyes or invisibility. Zachary Levi's performance exudes this childlike enthusiasm where he's just amazed by everything he can do all of a sudden. He also has great chemistry with Jack Dylan Grazer, one of the kids from It, who plays his foster brother in this movie. So many other actors would be winking and nodding to the audience, not taking this movie seriously at all. The performance feels so sincere coming from Zachary Levi. The movie has really fun action set pieces to take full advantage of the premise, like when Billy crashes into a toy store to fight a supervillain, and it serves a thematic purpose, showing that Billy still needs to grow up to fight this new threat. The action scenes place an emphasis on characters first, rather than big spectacle action. Get away. Shoo. At its core, though, the movie is a sweet story about finding family in an unlikely place, owning up to responsibility, not taking advantage of your gifts. It's a cheesy tone, I'll admit, but when you have a premise like this, cheesy is just fine. Cheesy doesn't mean bad. So many movies nowadays are just so afraid to show genuine emotion or sincerity. Just look at some Marvel movies where they're just not allowed to let emotions sit. They have to break it up with a dumb joke. Those movies are so afraid people will laugh at them and not with them. Really strong direction from David F. Sandberg, who up until now has only made a couple of horror movies. He brings those horror tendencies to this movie as well, just like James Wan did to Aquaman. The humor was fantastic. It never felt out of place at all. So many hilarious jokes that take full advantage of the premise and just funny jokes in general. It's not like Deadpool with its cynical approach to humor where it constantly reminds you that you're watching a movie. The movie knows it's silly, but it takes the audience along for the ride instead of just pointing out that the ride is fake. I'm not saying it's the most original movie out there. It's pretty standard from a story perspective, especially for a superhero movie, but it's so sure-handed in the way it's executed. Everything the filmmakers wanted to do, they succeeded at. They wanted to make a fun, lighthearted superhero movie about a relatable protagonist, and they executed it in the best way possible. It brought out the inner child in me and crushed my inner cynic for about 2 hours. By far one of the best superhero movies of recent years, and maybe ever. I can't wait to see it again. Bye.